Believe It or Else is very creative. I don't know if it's enjoyable. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1939. It's directed by Tex Avery and written by Dave Monahan, with voices provided by Mel Blanc, Danny Webb, and Tex Avery, and narrated by Cliff Nazarro. And this is a series of theoretically bizarre, interesting, peculiar things. Some of them are, um, well, they're meant to be rubbish, and some of them are quite creative. There's the person who's a human basketball and basically uses his own butt as a basketball, and there's one about well, I don't want to spoil all of the jokes because I do recommend it because it's very, very creative. But I didn't think it was enjoyable, and I realize it's kind of a contradicting sentiment. But while I appreciate the creativity and I think a lot of thought went into it, I think the way everything was presented was just a little bit boring. We do have this character who keeps saying he doesn't believe it, and it becomes part of these exhibits in a way, which I thought was a nice narrative structure. So a nice way to give it a little bit more of a recurring theme of this person viewing them and just disregarding them and not believing them. But I don't know, it just feels like there was something missing. It needed something to grab my attention. And I don't know if it's such the quality of the creations, because I think they were very creative. I think, if I have to put my finger on it, I think it's the way it's written. I found the actual vocal performances are fine, the way it's narrated is fine, but the actual words and the descriptions of these oddities were just not that interesting to listen to. So while visually it was quite interesting, and I was curious to know what on earth they would present next, I think the actual way it was presented was quite dull. If I had to kind of choose why I feel I didn't love it, I think it is because it just wasn't pleasant to listen to. It was just not interesting and it wasn't funny. So yeah, it was creative, but it wasn't well presented. See, this is why I like doing these reviews and doing these discussions, because as I say things out loud, as the thoughts come to me, I get a deeper understanding of why I feel the way I do about certain cartoons. And for me, for Believe It or Else, it's very well animated, it's very creatively animated, it's a really fun idea. But unfortunately, I just felt like it wasn't very engaging and it wasn't that interesting to listen to. I'd recommend it for the creativity. I think it's quite surprising. There are, I couldn't have predicted some of the things that they would display, but honestly, now that I've experienced it, I doubt I'd watch it again.